Hello everyone. Today I'm going to show you how I made this reverse flow blood drip tumbler. I had a request for this. This isn't a slow moving tumbler, but it is a blood drip tumbler and it's really gooey and gross. Let's get started. Alright, so I'm doing requests today and I was requested to make a reverse flow blood drip tumbler, lava lamp tumbler, and I'm going to be using for this one glycerin and baby oil. You can use glue, but we're going to use glycerin today just for something different. And I use Johnson's baby oil. I find this works the best for dyeing. And we're going to be using these Firebee candle making liquid colorants, which I have in my Amazon store, which you can access through the description. Also needed is some squeeze bottles. These really help. I get these at the dollar store. You can also find them on Amazon as well, but the dollar store ones work adequately. And of course you need your hollowed wall tumbler. I do get these at Michael's and I have poked a hole in it with a hot tool. You can also use a drill, but the hot tools work great, and those are also in my Amazon store. So let's get started here. With a reverse flow tumbler, the oil rises to the top instead of the alternative where the glycerin drips down through the oil. So it works backwards, but I'll show you when it's done. You'll get it. So I'm going to start with 30 mils of Johnson's baby oil. And then we're going to dye it. You can use more or less, whatever you want. I'm going to start with 30. That usually makes an okay drip. And then we're going to use our candle making colors. I find these actually work quite well. They're a little on the, they're not very pigmented, but they seem to hold the color really well, which is nice. So I'm going to be using the red. And I make sure you give it a good shake. Check the bottom, make sure it doesn't look like there's anything settled. If it hasn't, then you're good. You don't even barely have to shake it at all. There's red. There's also a color called Sunset, but I'm going to try red and see what color this is. I have not used the red yet, so let's add some of that to our baby oil. That's about 7 drips. I'm going to start with that. I think it'll take a lot more. Definitely more. I'd say probably start with about 20 drips. See if that's going to be red enough. If not, we can grab another color out of here and add a little more. Yeah, I think we're going to need some more color here. Let's see here. We'll try the Sunset. I think this is orange if I remember correctly though, but let's give it a little squirt and see. Yeah, it is orange. I'll drop a couple of those in there. And I think I'm going to add a drop of green, just because that should darken this up a little bit. And I don't think I've used it before. Nope. I'm going to do 1 drop of the green. I don't want to over green this. That should darken up my blood a bit. Oh yeah, just don't want to put too much in because it will turn this purple, which is not what I'm aiming at. Okay, I'm going to add some more of this red. Like I said, these aren't very pigmented, but they also aren't very expensive, so it's not so bad. I think these were around $10. I haven't checked the price in a while. I've had them for a while, and they, even when you're using a lot, they still seem to go a long way. So I think that looks all right. It's hard to tell till you actually get it in there. So I'm going to add this to a squeeze bottle here, and I should be able to get a little bit better of a look at how red it is. So we definitely want it to be red and not orange or purple or anything else. I think that's pretty good. You know, I'm going to add a couple more drops just to be on the safe side. Shake that up. Okay, we're going to put that to the side for right this second. And I'm going to mix up my glycerin mixture which I use distilled water and glycerin. So I've got about 6 ounces of water in here. And then we're going to add probably about an ounce of glycerin to this. We'll see how thick it is. Let's give that a little shake, see what that looks like. I think I'll do 2 ounces, so we'll go up to 8 ounces altogether. This will probably do more than 1 tumbler. It just depends how thick the wall of your tumbler is. And they did change these Michaels tumblers a bit, so I'm going to do this clear. You can dye this as well, but I'm going to do this as a traditional type blood drip tumbler, which the other fluid isn't dyed. We'll see how this works. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Okay, so we're going to add I'm going to start with the baby oil. We're going to add that to the tumbler first. You just pour it in. It's pretty simple. I am just going to do this, and then when I am done, I will come back and show you guys what it looks like, because I don't think you need a 5-minute video of me filming putting oil into a tumbler. I will be back. Alright, so we've got all of our red into the tumbler, and now we're going to add our glycerin mixture, and again, I'll be back after I'm done. Alright, so we've got all of our fluid into the tumbler. I do have a little bit of an air gap here, and I don't really feel like fighting with it at the moment, so I am just going to finish this off so I can show you guys what it's going to look like. But it is going to have a little bit of a gap today. But at least you guys will get to see what it looks like here. So I'm just going to seal this off. Today I'm going to use one of these little furniture bumpers and the UV resin. I think that's going to work okay. And I've already washed the top of this off with alcohol. So, you know, I'm just going to film sealing this for you guys. A lot of people ask me about it. I do have a video on sealing the tumblers, but today I'm just going to do this. So I've just put that in there, and now I'm just going to use my UV resin. I don't normally seal these quite like this, but I think this will work all right today. I usually use a Gorilla Glue dot and then seal it like that, but this should work all right. And one of the reasons I'm using this is I try to reuse my tumblers as much as I can, just so it's a little more cost effective, and these are easy to remove. Okay, I'm just going to hit it with my black light, and after this is cured, I'll be back. I did wash this off with alcohol, so please make sure it's very, very clean before you try to add anything to this, otherwise you will have leaks. But I do have a video called 3 Ways to Seal Snow Globe Tumblers. It's super helpful. Do take a look at it if you're having issues sealing your tumblers. It's very informative. Okay, I'll be back. And here is the finished tumbler. This is not a slow flow tumbler. It's very bloody and gooey. It's quite gooey looking, actually. It's kind of gross. I like it. I think I'd put probably a little more of the baby oil in there. It is, it looks like it could be bleeding a little bit, but I don't think it is bleeding a little bit. Ha ha ha. I don't think it actually is. I think it's just that it's residual. What do you guys think? I think this is pretty cool. It's pretty gross looking. It's very, very Halloween-y. I like it. Do tell me what you guys think of this. I did kind of rush this. I have a bad gap, but that's all right. You guys still get the idea on the video, and I can still get a video out this week. But thanks so much for watching. I do try to put out at least one new video every week, so please do subscribe. We're getting into the Halloween season, so I hope to get some extra gory stuff out if I can, like this. I'm pretty happy with this. And thanks so much for watching.